Hey, what's up guys? It is Patriot from NearFamousGaming here. First, I would like to welcome you to our channel. My partner Tempest and myself are new to YouTube and we could really use your support. Today I bring to you episode 1 of an Empire Total War Courland campaign series. In this video, you will see three main things: infrastructure, trade, and military. I sped up the campaign map movements and I will fill you in on what important things are taking place within my country and others. To the north of Courland is water, to the south is Poland, which is an ally, to the west an unfriendly Prussia, and finally to the east a very hostile Sweden. My plans are to enforce border security to protect from a Swedish invasion, explore alliances with other countries bordering Sweden, which will force Sweden to fight a war on multiple fronts if they invade, to improve infrastructure and economy that will be able to support my military in future campaigns, explore trade options with surrounding countries, and finally, to embark on a military campaign pushing westward to capture regions in Prussia. On turn 1, you will notice that my military governor barracks have already began construction, as well with cobbled roads and iron workshops. We have also made a trade agreement with Sweden. My efforts in this is to increase income, improve trade routes, boost population, and to develop an adequate military. On turn 2, war breaks out between the nations of Austria and the Ottomans, the United Provinces in Spain, and Prussia and Austria. This is actually very helpful because Prussia is now being occupied on another front by Austria. And basically, Prussia is going to be focusing all of its resources to fighting that war with Austria, which leaves its flank open to me. It has no resources or anything buffing up its border security, so basically my country can just walk right in and stomp all over its face. On turn 3, nothing is actually built, but everything is under construction. The only thing I'm doing is maneuvering my infantry in key places near the border of my country. On turn 4, iron workshops and roads have been built. On turn 5, my allies go to war with Austria, probably because they're stupid. However, I'm going to join them just for the simple reason that I will likely not have to fight Austria because they're pretty far away from me. Also, they're already fighting 2 wars with Prussia and the new war with my allies Poland and Lithuania, so I doubt they're going to have any time to come attack me. So basically, my plans for now are to keep Sweden's trade agreement because they are responsible for about half of my trade, and that is good income for Courland. Also, I'm going to make a trade agreement with Prussia. Now, this is just to milk a little bit of money out of them before I decide to go to war with them. The more the merrier. I need a lot of money to support my economy and my military, especially because Courland is such a small country. It doesn't really have the infrastructure to keep up with production. Sweden is very hostile to me. So my plans for that is to try to create an alliance with Russia, who borders them to the southeast. Therefore, if Sweden decides to invade my country, I can call on my allies in Russia to hopefully help me attack. So that will put a lot more tension on Sweden, and they'll be forced to fight multiple wars on multiple fronts because they currently have an ongoing war with a country. And then Russia is a very, very, very big nation, so they're going to be a lot of help if Sweden decides to invade. On the 7th turn, you could basically categorize this as the calm before the storm. I'm just moving a little bit of guys into border security, and I'm recruiting a shit ton of infantry units to prepare for the invasion of Prussia. So on the 8th turn, I decided to build a royal palace, which will give me the ability to recruit dragoons, light infantry, and much needed artillery. A lot of the times I see people playing this game and they make the common mistake of overloading their military with either a ton of infantry or just a ton of cavalry. And from a military strategist standpoint, that's not very smart. A good military or army would have more of a balanced type. So maybe a few units of cannons, a few units of cavalry, and then maybe a little bit more infantry just to strengthen the middle. So now I'm going to prepare for war until my 10th turn, and that is when I will start the Courland military campaign invading Prussia. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so we are back and ready to invade. It's time to declare war. And Poland's the only ally that's going to help. Russia dropped out, starting to seem a little bit more like France, but oh well. Sorry to you French people out there watching. You earned your reputation. So right now I sped up the video just a little bit so we could fit it in the time frame that I'm looking for. I'm going to organize my units, put the cav on the flank. Not a big deal to separate them, so I'm just going to put them in the middle actually. And here we go. So as you see, the enemy is putting all of their efforts in the middle of the wall, and they're moving towards there. And there's also an artillery deployment right outside the castle, so I'll take care of that first. Now, since they're moving, I don't know if you can see it on top left of your screen right now, they were moving their infantry to the middle of the wall. What that tells me is they're not going to focus any of their efforts on the flanks of the walls. So what I'm doing here is I'm just splitting up my guys into 3 sections, and they're going to hit the walls simultaneously but at different points. That way, if they still neglect to focus on the flanks, I'm just going to sandwich them in the middle, and that'll be pretty funny to watch. So here we are. I'm going to move my general behind this big ass rock because those cannons just shot my regiment of horse guys, and I don't want my general's head to get shot off. So I'm just going to do that extra precautionary stuff. See some cannonballs flying past. That one almost hit us. Good camera. Just kidding. That's terrible recording. But anyways, I'm moving my regiment of horse over to prepare to attack that cannon deployment. Showing you a little bit of the view on the wall. It's just a bunch of citizenry units. And oh, look what we have here. We got some line infantry and pikemen, which I absolutely hate pikemen. They're my least favorite unit. But before they get near me, I'm just going to attack that artillery unit. Now I'm going to do this pretty swiftly. I'm just going to charge and then run back away. It's pretty effective cavalry technique, and it will definitely not give the line infantry and pikemen behind me enough time to counterattack. I didn't get canistered, so that's good. And that should definitely rout them. Yeah, they're routing. Okay, so we're going to get the hell out of there and move up our line infantry. Now, as you can see right there, top right of the screen, they started moving their line infantry to the front again, just taking away from the flanks, which is a very stupid move, but I'm not surprised coming from the AI, because the AI in this game is definitely not that good. Once Rome 2 comes out, I heard that AI is supposed to be a lot better. We'll be making some videos of that. But let's focus on this. Time to breach the walls. We're going to move our men into the position, double time now, no more walking. The reason a lot of people walk their guys is just so they don't get tired. Now, Courland is a very small faction, doesn't even have a school system, so I can't research any technology when you start the game. So I'm going to make sure that these guys are as energetic as possible because they don't have any bayonet technology when they breach those walls. So they're going to be using the rifle butts and fists and maybe a sword if you're an officer once they get on those walls. So they're going to get pretty exhausted pretty fast. Now this pikeman unit's starting to concern me because my guys are breaching the wall near their position. So if they do threaten my men, I'm going to have to cavalry charge them. And that is one of the dumbest decisions anyone can ever make. Charging pikemen with cavalry. So as you can see, they're moving one unit of shitty citizenry, they're not even as good as militia, over to my left flank to try to defend the breach. That's not going to happen though. My guys are probably going to get up on the wall. I got 2 units of line infantry there. They'll be the first ones to hit the wall, and everyone else is piling in the middle and on my right flank. Okay, so left flank lines are up. They're starting to ascend, and these pikemen are threatening my guys, so I'm going to try to scare them off with some horsies. Don't judge. Okay, as you can see, they're popping off a couple of volleys on my guys. Probably not going to have any effect at all. The AI is just kind of running in circles. They just shot a cannon at me from point blank range and they missed. Pathetic. Oh shit. Well, the pikeman was in their square formation, but it really didn't have as much effect on the horses that I thought it would. So I'm going to get the hell out of there before they can do any more damage to me. it's kind of cool because I grew up as a kid playing Rome Total War, and you can see the similarities and advancements between the pikemen now and the pikemen then. They used to do the phalanx, which left their flank vulnerable back in those times, but now as the time goes on and during the Napoleonic War era, they convert to more of a square formation, which leaves no flanks vulnerable, but they're just kind of a sitting duck. So they're starting to attack my guys going up the wall, so I'm going to move the horses in there and just see if I can get some of them. My horses have been pretty good today. Don't know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure some of these horses are borderline retarded because we just witnessed them all spearhead the walls of the castle. But that's alright. The other unit will clean up. So my guys are up on the walls now. I'm going to move over so you can see that. And here's what I like to do. I call it the sandwich technique. Since the AI is stupid and they put all their guys in the middle, I just sandwich them between the flanks, and they rout easily, but they can't run away from me, so I basically kill everyone, which is kind of my goal during this game. I don't leave survivors. So a lot of their units are starting to rout. My men have basically all climbed on the walls, just a few left trying to get up. There's some heavy hand-to-hand combat going on over there. I'll give you a closer look on that in a second, just moving these guys in to attack. The general bodyguard is just kind of sitting there watching. He doesn't really do much to inspire his men. Okay, so my left flank is pretty awesome right now. Doing very good. They cleaned up basically everything, and now we're popping off shots at the general. Oh, there's a sword fight going on. Ooh, wrecked. Sit the hell down. Alright, so now you're going to get to watch a sandwich. Again, this will be funny. I call this the Prussian sandwich. Yeah, they'll start routing pretty soon. It'll be some cool hand-to-hand combat footage. We'll get these guys back up on the wall. My horses are just kind of waiting for that gate to be captured, because once it does, I'm going to storm right in. Hopefully, I'll have a little bit of time left in the show to get some kills with them. I like when my horses get upgraded. So now we're going to do another sandwich, another Prussian sandwich, bringing them in on that militia unit, and they're not going to stand a chance against my line infantry. Okay, so basically everyone's routing. Here's some hand-to-hand combat footage I got. My guys are just shooting. They have fire at will on. They don't really like getting in those fist fights with those scraps, so they're just going to start shooting. That was friendly fire right there. Yeah, a couple of guys left, probably about 5 or 6 in those two units that are fighting right now. They're trying to get away, but they can't. Here we go. Here is the big Prussian sandwich. You know what? I'm not even going to call this a sandwich. This is a foot long. This is like a Subway 12-inch. Don't even say that's what she said. But yeah, it's not even worth it just going in to do that 12-inch because they're already routing. They're going to die in a second. Yeah, they're all dead. So I'm going to move my guys down to attack the general's bodyguard and the enemy line infantry. But I'm not going to be completely stupid and just clusterfuck the area. I'm going to move one unit of line infantry above the enemy line infantry on the right side of the wall. You can see them moving the top of your screen. And they're just going to pop some volleys off at the guys while they're down there. So we're going to capture that building as well, just so we can shoot out the windows because it looks pretty badass. These guys are going to pop some volleys off at the enemy line infantry, and we just killed their general, and I believe we've captured the gate. So I'm going to move these horses in here, and they are going to completely catch this line infantry off guard. They're pretty much surrounded. So here come the horses any second now. They should be barging over this gate in an epic manner. Yep, lots of shots going off. Looks like we're going to pull away with a victory today. General bodyguard is surrounded. No hope for them. The horses are in. And they are just going to obliterate. Oh, they frantically shut the gate. They must be shitting their pants right now. But luckily, my horses took some steroids before they came to battle. And they're just going to barge right back in there. And look at that. Line infantry is running away with volleys being shot off all over their head. What a frightening moment for them. And here comes the Prussian 12-inch. They are screwed. You can see I have a crazy motherfucker running in the front with a sword right there in the middle of your screen. That guy is nuts, but he is epic at the same time. And it looks like we got this one, guys. Volleys getting shot. Nice volleys. And victory is ours. What a great match. Thank you for watching my first ever upload to YouTube. More from the Empire Total War series coming soon. This video took me days to complete, so please thumb it up and subscribe to show some love. That's all for this time. This is Patriot from NearFamousGaming signing off.